guys, welcome back to the Baby Dude channel. Thank you guys for tuning in, and most importantly, thank you guys for tuning into the vlog. The actual format of my videos is going to be a lot like my Instagram story, so if you don't follow me there, you really should go follow me. It's at BeamerDude on Instagram. One of the things I get asked about the most on my videos is kind of what goes on while I'm not making videos. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know I do lots of things here and there, things that don't actually amount to enough to be a video, so I put it on my stories for the most part. But for those of you guys out there that don't follow me, I am working on something pretty big for the E36 M3. I'm building a set of Dinan Enduro 3-piece wheels that I found at a junkyard, just some obscure junkyard, little no-name junkyard. They were actually on an E34 touring wagon. That's an older 89 to 1995 5 Series wagon. Now, unless you're a BMW fanatic or you just have a wealth of useless knowledge when it comes to BMWs, you probably don't know what the Dinan Enduro wheels are. And that's okay. Dinan Enduro wheels are actually developed by a Japanese company that goes by the name of DP Motorsports. You can find them on a lot of VWs, a lot of Porsches. It's relatively the same wheel, but the slight difference for the BMW variant is obviously that it's bolt pattern being the 5x120 for the BMW. That's really the only difference between the wheel and obviously the Dinan center caps that I actually don't have. But I have a solution for that, and I'll show you guys that later, and probably that'll actually show up during the actual wheel build series for these wheels. I'm not going to sell these wheels. I'm going to build them for the E36, and I'm going to tell you why. Interesting enough, there wasn't a lot of information online about them, and an interesting fact that I actually did find out, there's less than 50 copies of these wheels actually ever made, which means that I'm probably going to have one of the rarest sets of wheels you can actually find or buy for a BMW. So I'm really stoked and really feel the need to go ahead and explain to you guys why I'm actually building a set of wheels for this car. A lot of you guys really like the white on green combination. Those of you guys that follow me on Instagram, you let me know all the time, so I really appreciate that. But in order for me to show you why I'm actually building wheels for this car, I have to go ahead and pull it out. So let's get the keys and let's go ahead and do that right now. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this car, this is my 1999 E36 M3. It's got the Rocket Bunny Pandem kit on there. No, it's not the authentic one, but I do have a surprise for you guys later on. I do have some authentic Rocket Bunny parts coming for this car that we're going to be installing. That way it's kind of BS Revealed style, half Rocket Bunny, half Rocket Bunny, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this is the car in its completion. I realized that I never did an actual breakdown video showing you guys up close what the car looks like. All you guys really saw was the reveal video, and I'm deeply sorry for that. So as you guys can see, the paint is actually in excellent condition. It did not come this way when I got it painted. I actually had the paint correction done to the vehicle, and they made the paint look relatively spotless. Now, there are some imperfections, but again, this was a budget build, and as you guys probably know, I wasn't building this car for show purposes, and then we got accepted to WeekFest. As you guys can see, I am losing daylight here, so let me go ahead and get into the meat of today's vlog. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering why I am replacing these wheels in the next 30 to 60 days. Well, let me get into depth on what's going on there. So what I have in my car right now are Cosmos XT006Rs. These are actually the 5x114 bolt pattern, and yes, I know that the BMW is a 5x120, but I'll explain in a second why I went with that route. So in order to actually fit the specs of this kit, since these fenders are 50 mil over on this side and 70 on the rear, I actually had to run a 20 mil spacer on an 18 by 9.5 with a offset of 10. There's a 20 mil spacer on the front right now, making this an ET of -10. Now that puts it in a really good position for the kit. It's pretty flush, and it's very streetable. It doesn't rub at all, and I'm really happy with this setup. So for the wheel build, I will be trying to mimic these specs. Work our way to the back of the car. This is where it gets really interesting. So this is an 18 by 11. Again, this is a 5x114, typically designed for like a 350Z or 370Z. And I have a 285 30 series tire on here. The dimensions pretty much put it exactly to where a 255/40/17 would be. I use a really awesome tool. I'll link it down below, but a wheel poke calculator is basically how I came up with the specs on these wheels before I even had the kit in my possession. But the main reason that I'm building wheels for this car is because I'm having to run a very large spacer on the back here. Now, again, these are very frowned upon, and I'm not doing it for that particular reason. I really don't care what the internet says about the way I do things, and honestly, a lot of guys that run any type of wide body use spacers to kind of have to. Most individuals building this kit, you kind of really want to use spacers to kind of help you build to the right specs. Given the simple fact that there wasn't a lot of information out there about how wide the specs of this kit actually was, and especially it being a non-authentic version, I really had to kind of wing my way there. So the good news about this is now that I have the specs all committed to memory, I know what I need to do when it comes to building the wheels. So the spec of this wheel with the spacer, I have a 50mm spacer on there, spec'd out to about -43. So I know that sounds pretty crazy, but that's just what it came out to with the spacers. When you actually build a set of wheels with the correct back spacing, it's not going to be quite that ridiculous. Now that we have that out the way, we can explain what's going on with these wheels. Now, I'm just going to do kind of a build breakdown of what the plan is. There's going to actually be a build series on these wheels. There's going to be videos. There's probably look for those after Vlogmas. We'll see how things go. Possibly have something towards the end of the year, but as far as the Vlogmas is concerned, I'm just going to stick to the basics and the information of what's going on. So what we have here is the face of the Dinan Enduro wheels. Again, like I said before, this is a 3-piece wheel, and you can split them. The faces have now been split, and the innards, the inner lips, are what we're going to be keeping. This obviously being the center. Wheels don't normally look like this. The face of the wheel is here. Now, obviously, this is way too weak of a lip to accommodate the fenders that we have on the E36. That was precisely why I was so excited to find these wheels, because splitting this and replacing the outer lip is relatively easy and cost effective. And from my rough estimate, I was able to determine that I need about a 3-inch lip. I probably could have gone with a 3.5-inch lip, but I wanted to play it safe. I can always space out if I actually need to. And the cool thing about a face like this, you can actually front mount it where you put the face on this side of the lip to give myself a little more offset, or a little more positive offset, or I can leave it in its factory configuration to give me the offset that the face was actually intended to use. So that basically brings me to the rear wheels. Now, these wheels right here are using 2 inner lips. These are the ones that I actually had to have fixed. Now, typically when you get wheels like this, you find them in a junkyard, the lips or in the barrels, excuse me, are going to be pretty banged up, and these were no exception. I actually found a local shop that was actually able to straighten out these inner barrels for a really low cost. He charged me about $90 per barrel. Now, interesting enough, I didn't give him my name, and I really didn't want to pay $90 for 4 barrels. That's this wheel right here and that wheel right there. Now, in perfect Beamer Dude fashion, I fashioned a set of 2 wheels out of the 4 barrels, and I only paid the cost of 2 wheels to be repaired. The wheel spec, as you see here in front of you, is a 17x14. I would love to be able to run something like this, but unfortunately the Rocket Bunny kit just won't accommodate a wheel of this magnitude. And that's okay. We are going to go fairly wide on the rear. We're going to be going with a 17x12. Now, we're going to be still spec'd out pretty low in offset. It's probably going to be somewhere in the -30 offset range, which should still place it in a relatively same place that we have with the Cosmos wheels. So these wheels will not be staying this way, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw this update. We're probably not going to be doing anything but cleaning these lips a little bit more. I'm not going to worry about polishing them or anything, because they're going to be on the inside. You're not going to really see it. But I just want you guys to stay tuned for this build. I will show you guys a snippet of how the wheels look now. I did send the face off to VR Wheels in California, and here it is right here. And as you can see, these lips are specifically spec'd out to my specs, the ones that I gave them with the measurements, and they custom drilled the 40-hole barrels for these, because you can't really buy them off the shelf. They should arrive in the next 3 to 4 business days, and we can get on with the build. So you guys can pretty much expect to see some updates on Instagram, but once I get the wheels back, the wheel build can pretty much begin from there, and I'll start beginning to record some content for you guys. So I just wanted to take the time and show you guys basically what's going on, what I'm doing, why I'm replacing the Cosmos wheels for something else. And hopefully you guys aren't too attached to those wheels, and hopefully you guys like this setup. I know they're a little bit different. They're missing center caps, but I do have a solution for that, so we will get around to that too. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Those are the wheels, guys, and hope you guys kind of like this format where I kind of give you guys some insight to what's going on with the channel, what's going on with some of these builds, because as you probably realize, I do have a life outside of YouTube, and it does take a lot of work to kind of plan these builds around YouTube. And honestly, I really would love to give you guys a lot more content. I feel like a vlog style video here and there, kind of sprinkled around, if you guys like this kind of thing, is something, a format that I could probably keep up with. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that alert button so you can be alerted when I upload a video. Again, I'm going to be trying to do this style vlog for Vlogmas at least once or twice a week. I'm not going to be doing the everyday thing. I really would love to. Maybe next year will be a little bit different, but for now the format is going to be as follows. So thank you guys for watching the channel. Thank you guys for keeping up with this build. I'm going to promise to try my best to keep you guys as up to date as possible on this car. And, you know, leave me a comment down below if you like the new wheels, and leave me a comment down below if you like the old wheels and want me to keep them, and also if you want to buy them, because they'll be for sale pretty soon. So guys, thank you guys for watching the Beamer Dude channel, and as always, peace out and Godspeed, guys.